Today we're diving into the high-speed world of police chases. Buckle up as we count down the 35 most disturbing moments ever caught on camera during these intense pursuits. From lucky escapes to shocking crashes, these clips will leave you on the edge of your seat. Let's get started. This suspect thought he could play a fast one on the cops. The consequences are dire. A black SUV is being chased by the cops. The SUV crashes into a streetlight pole. The cops surround the car to trap the suspect.
We got it!
Cops begin to run to the car with their guns pointed at it. The cops have set a tight barrier around the car. A cop gets close to the car. The suspect tries attacking him. The cops begin to shoot the suspect before he gets out of his car. On a highway, some suspects decide to try their luck in a quite disturbing manner.
A white female, it's a white male driver. 321, he's losing something out the back of his car. I don't know if he blew a tire, but he's throwing really good sparks all down Chestnut.
The cop chases a black car that wouldn't pull over. The suspects are identified in the car. A man and a woman. The driver, the man, is driving recklessly on the highway. One of the car tires has ruptured.
Really need to get this guy shut down.
Just dragging something from the undercarriage. Clear.
He's smoking pretty bad.
The suspect keeps driving at ridiculous speeds regardless of his faulty tire. The car is soon out of sight. The cop gets to see the car veered off the road and crashed. The car is on fire. The two suspects survive the crash but are disoriented. Cops discover a disturbing secret in a suspect's car and chase him. The cop notices someone strange seated inside the suspect's car and signals for the car to pull over. The suspect ignores the cop and speeds away. The suspect drives through several districts to shake off the cops. However, an aerial unit is dispatched to follow him. The car stops at a house.
62 Acacia Court.
The aerial footage shows a man leaving the car. The cops catch up, apprehending the man. They find a 2-year-old girl in his car. This cop pursuit leads to a devastating incident for everyone involved. The sound of the police siren is recorded by this home's doorbell camera. Seconds later, a wrecked car, the one chased by the cops, slides on the ground past the house. Another angle of the footage shows that the suspect's car collides with something that knocks it off course. The car smashes on the ground, flipping before stopping. Although the suspect tries to outwit the cops, he soon faces the reality of his situation. The cop begins chasing a black car which the suspect is fleeing in. Another cop car overtakes the suspect's car and blocks his path. The cop car behind the suspect catches up. With 3 cop cars present, they try to box the car in by surrounding it. The cops exit the car to get to the suspect. The suspect drives out of the opening between the cars and escapes. The cops catch up again. A cop car hits the suspect's car from behind, stopping the car. Cops rush out of their car to arrest the suspect. He shoots at them. The cops get the upper hand. The suspect thought this was his chance to escape, but things didn't go as planned.
Okay, turn right. There's that frontage road. Okay. Okay, bailed.
The white car has been driving recklessly on the highway, cutting lanes. There is no on-ground pursuit at the moment, but an aerial unit follows the car to a residential area. The suspect runs out of his car.
Here, there are people looking around. It's about, let's see, we're about 2 blocks again south of 2E here. We are just west of the Edens Expressway. That is the person they're looking for.
There are now cops on the ground looking for him, but the suspect is doing well to use the terrain to his advantage, running away from the cops.
All right, we have an arrest.
The cops are able to locate him. There is a bit of a struggle, but they arrest him quickly. The cop has been chasing a suspect for miles now, but he has lost sight of the suspect's car. The cop drives at insane speeds to catch up, but never sees the car. His speed is worrying. The cop arrives in a neighborhood, but still, his speed is high. He sees a truck driving through a cross that he's about to take. He crashes into the truck. An unfortunate police chase might have caused more damage than intended. The cop accelerates quickly to get ahead of the mini truck he is chasing. The black truck still gains ground on the cop. Changing tactics, the cop gets close to the car to initiate a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI. The truck spins from its intended path. The suspect has been apprehended, but the TVI led to a bystander on the side of the road getting hurt. Karma seems to be able to catch up to any fleeing suspect. This footage proves it. A daring cop car crashes into the suspect's truck for a pit maneuver. The truck escapes the cops' encirclement. They begin chasing him again. The truck comes to a stop in the field. A cop truck arrives. The cop exits his car with his gun pointed at the truck's window. The suspect reverses, escaping. The suspect's truck reverses down a dangerous slope. The truck gets stuck in a swamp. He exits the car and runs on foot. The cops catch him. The suspect loses his car, but he has more in store for everyone around him.
Through Dixie, continuing westbound.
The suspect drives recklessly, breaking multiple traffic laws to escape police pursuit. In his haste, his car collides with an innocent driver's car.
There was an MBC at that location. The door's open on the driver's side. We can get EMS to that location, please. Male's out on foot running, trying to carjack another vehicle. He's trying to get into several other vehicles.
Not caring about the damage he has done, the suspect flees his damaged car and tries carjacking other drivers' cars on the highway.
Just headed to the back of the Shoppers Drug Mart. I'm heading inside. 310, one arrest at the entrance to the Shoppers.
Yeah, they're going to this hold the back.
Bravo, Confirm, wanting custody.
He tries carjacking a man's car but is chased off. He runs into a shopping complex and the cops chase after him. How desperate can one be to escape? This suspect might be one of the most desperate ones. The suspect in the white car is fleeing from a police pursuit. The cops haven't been able to catch up, but the aerial unit has eyes on him. The suspect flouts traffic laws in his bid to escape.
Slowing down real quick for this next intersection and just wrecked out there at the intersection.
The car drives into a fleet of cars parked at a traffic stop. He barrels into the cars, blocking his path. His car is wrecked. The drivers are annoyed.
Those are citizens that he hit at that intersection that are restraining him. Yeah, the police cars are pulling up at this time, and those are officers right there trying to take him into custody.
The passengers in the wrecked car pull the suspect out of the car. They subdue him. The cops arrest the suspect. It's a small chance, but the suspect takes it in this heated cop chase. The suspect flees hastily in his car, skirting around cars and trucks recklessly. The cop chopper follows him. The suspect crashes his car into another car. The car is damaged. Leaving his damaged car, he runs on foot past several blocks. He clutches his abdomen, hurt. He gets to a building and tries the doors till he gets into the building through one of the doors. Cops arrive on the scene and the man is arrested. This police chase takes a weird turn, dragging in innocents. The suspect is cornered and can no longer escape with his car. He jumps out of his car and runs on foot, jumping over the road partition. The cops chase him. He runs on the road and jumps on the hood of an oncoming car. He stays on the roof of the car to avoid capture. Cops surround the car and one cop runs up the car and pushes him down to the cops. The cops restrain and arrest him. The cop had to do what he did. The results are disturbing. Going at a high speed, the cop chases a quick suspect on this highway in the night. The suspect is quite far, so the cop is going as fast as possible to catch up. The cop finally catches up with the suspect in a red car. The cop presses close to the suspect's car, forcing the suspect to drive off the road. The cops run after the suspect in the woods and arrest him. The police chase is disorienting. The cops struggle to keep up.
Now for speeds, not sure if he's aware that we're behind him. Shall I light this up?
The suspect is in a sports car. He steps on his gas, driving into a traffic-heavy road in the middle of the night. The cop accelerates after him.
Now for speeds, not sure if he's aware that we're behind him. Shall I light this up? He's going.
The police chopper has been following them. The car stops in a parking lot. The footage shows the suspects, 4 of them, leaving the car and trying to escape on foot.
The Mercedes and first right. They've parked up 1, 2, 3, 4 persons at the vehicle.
The cops corner the suspects on a residential property. They are all swiftly arrested. It isn't every day cops see a new type of crazy. This chase takes the cake. The suspect drives hastily away from the cops. The suspect doesn't stop around an intersection and drives through it. A blue truck collides with the car, sending it spinning. The suspect survives and runs out of her car naked. She gives the cops her middle finger as she runs away on foot. The cops catch her easily and arrest her. The suspect's luck was good until it wasn't. He has no choice in his next actions. The cop drives parallel to the suspect's car. The suspect is driving off the road while the cop tries to keep him from the road. The cop points his gun at the suspect's car, ordering him to stop. The suspect doesn't stop. He drives into a bush, about to enter the woods. The cop jumps out of his car, running to the suspect, who exits their car. The suspect raises their hands in surrender. The man is taken into custody 2 times and he failed. The 3rd time, the cop is thoroughly stunned in fear. The cops follow a truck that the suspect is using to escape. One of the cop cars gets close to the truck, but both cop cars keep their distance. The cop car closer to the truck initiates a pit maneuver. It dents the rear of the truck but doesn't stop it. The truck keeps moving slowly. When taking a turn, the cop uses a pit maneuver that works this time. The truck is spun around and kept in a lock. The suspect leaves his car and shoots at the cops as he escapes on foot. A large police entourage chases this suspect, and the end is just vicious.
And 1 Lincoln 2, we're crossing the Ballard Bridge right now.
The suspect in a carjacked black van makes a turn on the road. A fleet of cop cars and a cop bike chase after the suspect.
Fine. Log me west and attach me.
The footage shows a traffic hold due to an accident on the road. The cops are on site directing things. It seems the suspect is involved in the accident. The black van has been crushed in the accident with other vehicles. The suspect has been arrested. Everything is working against these suspects, but can they escape? The suspect drives hastily at blinding speeds. He loses control of the car and crashes into 2 cars before the car skids off the road. Two suspects run from the car on foot. One of them falls, stumbling on something on the ground. Both suspects escape with separate paths. The cops canvass the area and apprehend the escaping suspect. There is a 3rd suspect, the car's driver, who they also arrested. They tried to be peaceful, but the suspect only understood one language, a fatal one. The suspect is escaping in his car after evading a police traffic stop. The cop tries overtaking the vehicle, but the suspect increases his speed.
100 miles an hour, Paul. Car's coming opposite direction.
The cop closes in on the car to carry out a pit maneuver, but the driver pulls away. The cop catches up again, and this time is able to hit the rear of the suspect's car. The car spins out of the road. Cops rush to the car to apprehend the criminal. However, it seems someone in the car is hurt. It's a sport to the suspect, but there's a thin line between fun and reality. The suspect is in the yellow Lamborghini and blazes into the road. Spectators on the side of the road are recording the suspect's car.
Lamborghini Aventador SV. And it's BU.
One of the spectators, a teenage boy, gives the police the plate number of the car. The cops question the manager of the complex the suspect drove out of. The situation is not extreme, but the cops will give chase. Whatever the suspects planned failed as the cops proved to be a fierce match for them. This driver's dashcam captures a police car chasing a suspect's car closely. The cop's car bumps into the rear of the suspect's car. The car spins on the road, smoke coming from the friction of the tires and the road.
I seriously caught that.
The driver gets closer. The suspect's car is damaged. A suspect jumps out of his car and runs on foot.
What? Oh, that is on my dash cam. Oh my God, no.
There are two suspects and they run on different paths. The cops give chase. They apprehend them before they get far. Sometimes a suspect's best plan doesn't go well. Going down a highway, cops chase a suspect fleeing in a red car. The suspect's car veers off the road, crashing up a hill into the woods. Surrounded and his car damaged, the suspect leaves his car with his hands raised in surrender and kneels. The cops approach him with guns raised. The suspect is swiftly arrested with several cops restraining him. The cops come to the scene, but things spiral out of their control. The cops arrive on the scene in a car and bike exhibition. They begin chasing a yellow car. The suspect expertly drives around the vehicles in the area to avoid the cops. The suspect leaves the venue and gets on the road. More cops join the chase. The suspect gets a lead on the cops while the cops trail behind in his exhaust fumes. The chase goes on for too long, so the suspect realizes what is happening too late.
Trying to get away from law enforcement. You see passing McCarty, 90 there, so you're making that curve as you head toward the North Loop in that area. And
the cop car is chasing a mini truck on the highway that won't pull over. The suspect cuts traffic boldly to get on another street.
90 from this as well, and 90 freeway will take him another direction over to kind of the Liberty area.
Still a heavily...
Oh,
now he's approaching.
The truck gets to an intersection and cars are blocking its path. It stops. Cop cars quickly fill the road. They don't get close because other cars are present. The truck stops and other vehicles leave the scene. The cops leave their cars and approach the truck. The suspect leaves the truck and walks backward to the cops who arrest him. The suspect came up with a shocking plan that even the cop had to do something quickly. The cop arrives on the scene where a suspect he has been chasing fled. The suspect's truck is on fire next to a building. Smoke fills the air and the fire will spread soon. The cop uses his car to push the truck away from the building. The cop drives away, knowing the suspect escaped. Firefighters will arrive to put out the fire. An ambulance might be used for more nefarious purposes than saving lives. As soon as the cop arrives on the scene, an ambulance truck drives past the cop car. The cop realizes the truck has been stolen. The suspect will escape with the truck. The cop chases the truck. Through his car speakers, the cop urges the suspect to pull over, advising him, "This won't end well." The suspect drives on. The suspect stops the truck. He listens to the cop and exits the vehicle. The cops arrest him. This bizarre chase isn't what the cops had in mind. What the hell?
X14, I'm 10-7 with those units. I'll take the radio. We're going at about 15 miles an hour, continuing southbound on Nichols, coming up to 20th.
The cops chase a suspect who has stolen a vehicle. The suspect is drunk and doesn't heed to stop for the cops. They wonder how to stop the vehicle with little hurt.
So we can't just push right through it. I got a front end loader on the way.
The suspect drives for miles, and when he turns a corner, he discovers that the cops have blocked his exit path. He gets down from the vehicle and the cops quickly apprehend him. After a long chase, this suspect changes tactics. How does it end? After a long chase, the suspect in his truck drives to a residential area. He stops in front of a home. The cop cars behind him also stop. Cops approach the truck with their guns out. The suspect leaves his car, kneeling with his hands up. The cops pounce on him. The cops beat him, kicking and punching him while he's down. They soon cuff the man. In this case, the suspect has only himself to blame. His actions are puzzling. The cop chases a suspect in a white car. The suspect drives wildly to keep the cop from overtaking him or bumping into his car. The suspect reverses his car, seeing he has reached a dead end. The cop is blocking the way. He tries to push the cop car out of the way, but fails. He shows his hands to the cops out of his window. The suspect is arrested as soon as he leaves his car. The suspect thinks she could flee easily, but reality gives her a brutal check. The cop is chasing a stolen party bus. However, it's just one cop car behind the bus. It's small and can't cause much damage to the bus. The bus isn't driving fast. The bus begins to go faster. Soon, the bus is behind a silver car. The suspect rams into the car, destroying the rear of the car. The bus stops in the middle of the road.
That was a pretty solid hit to that back of that vehicle that you saw there, that little silver car. That little silver car kind of sitting by.
The cops leave their cars and approach the bus. They don't get close. The suspect leaves the bus. Raising her hands, she walks to the cops. They arrest her. 2 is better than 1, as this suspect gets to experience what he couldn't have bargained for. The suspect in his white truck turns a corner in a street. He comes in contact with a SWAT truck that bumps into his car. He rolls up his window and reverses. He collides with another SWAT truck behind his truck. Both SWAT trucks pin the truck between them. The suspect opens his door, showing his hand in surrender. He leaves the truck with a cigarette in his mouth. He kneels and the officers quickly restrain him. At times you have to back down, but this cop only had one thought, a dangerous one. The officer flashes his lights to pull over a silver Camaro. However, the driver doesn't stop. He steps in his accelerator and is out of sight. The cop chases the Camaro, going over 100 mph. The cop has been going over 120 miles per hour just to catch up with the suspect, putting himself at risk. Yet the suspect seems to have disappeared. The cop can no longer find the car. He stops chasing him. The smallest issue can cause the largest damage, as this suspect comes to learn.
He's approaching the roundabout that you guys just passed.
The suspect drives closer to a roundabout in the road. The cops have been informed. As the suspect arrives at the roundabout, a cop rams his car against the suspect's car. Unfazed by the damage done to his car, the suspect drives away. One of the suspect's car's tires is damaged. He can't control his car and crashes into 2 other cars on the road. The suspect runs out of his car towards a building. The cops find him quickly